Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today I am talking about one thing that you need to do for 2025 that is going to literally transform your life. And trust me, it always is an inner work, it's always an inner job. Don't keep thinking that it is something else that you need to do. This is an inner work that you need to do, an inner job that you need to do. Let's get into this today. If you like Spirituality Simplified, please consider like, sharing and subscribing. Comment down below if you find this helpful. Check out my free Facebook group and come check me out on Instagram. The only way that you're going to change yourself and your life in 2025 is if you start to create a new self-image. What does that even mean? Well, look, we identify so intensely and emotionally with our issues, with our problems, because they make us feel so much. They make us feel so intense, so we identify with it so strongly. And I'm going to say this to you. When you identify yourself with your issues, you start to become someone who is a victim. And I'm not saying that, I'm not calling out anyone here and saying you've got a victim mentality, you're this, you're that. Never would I say anything about that. There's nothing about you that has victim mentality. No. You may do, but I'm just saying that I don't put that on you. But the truth is when you keep identifying with your problems. I mean, literally the other day, and I mean this with no disrespect, but I said to someone, I said, hello, how are you? And in England, how are you, where I'm from, basically means just hello. Or I actually even just said hello, sorry. And they just went straight in with all of their troubles. Now, maybe they don't have someone to be able to tell that to. So I listened and I allowed them to have that moment because, I'm not here to correct people who haven't found this work. But my thing is what that teaches me here is when you keep identifying with your problems, you create a self-image of someone who has got trouble. I'm not saying to ignore your problems. I ask you to do something different. I ask you to face the discomfort. So what a lot of us do when we have problems, though, is we tend to go and do something to make us forget about it. So we might turn to drinking. We might turn to alcohol, drugs. We may turn to other addictions. You may even turn to something like shopping, or you may turn to something that gives you a hit of excitement. You're looking for something that makes you feel good, but anything that's a momentary good will never help solve the problem. It's going to give you momentary relief, and then you're going to wake up and the problem's still there. When I say face the problem, I don't mean emotionally embrace it. I mean being willing to sit with that discomfort, being willing to watch that discomfort in you without judgment, and recognizing that your body, just like anything else, it gets rid of waste food, gets rid of waste water, it knows how to get rid of this waste energy. But we get so upset with the discomfort that we take action from it. You take action from your discomfort, and then it leads into taking actions that are not helpful. They're not blessed in harmony. You never want to take action from fear. That's the first thing I want to say. Action from fear is a meaningless pursuit because it's just going to create more issues. My thing that I'm trying to tell you here is if you can start to emotionally and mentally identify yourself with who you want to be. Now, a lot of people then, and a lot of manifestation coaches then, will start going to you, just identify with who you want to be. How do I do that? Well, let's just break it so simply down. The person you want to be is so content and at ease with their situation because their situation is amazing. So I'm saying when you're trying to create the feeling first, don't think you have to create this unusual, different feeling. See, a lot of people think I've got to feel this feeling of immense gratitude. I've got to do this. To change your self-image, you just be aware of your inner dialogue, aware of your emotions, and aware of your actions. These three things are creating your personal personality. And as Dr. Joe Dispenza says very brilliantly, if you change your personality, your personal reality will change. So that's what self-image is about. So I'm saying to you, start to speak to yourself in the mirror. Say, you're amazing. I love you. You're brilliant. Become the brilliant cheerleader and always claim divine guidance. Always say there's a divine solution here. There's no problem that I've ever faced now that hasn't found a solution because I claim there's always a divine solution. Now, problems are a part of life, But if they become something that is so overpowering and overwhelming to you, that's when we get in trouble. We get seriously in trouble there, because now you become identified with someone who's got problems. It doesn't matter whether all the chaos is happening around you. If you find peace and you become the center of your universe in a peaceful, harmonious way, you are going to start to be able to change your personal reality. And I'm going to say this to you. If you learn how to observe it, and I've taught it in many of my videos, because people will comment on here saying, can you show me? I've shown it 1,000 times. If you can start to sit and observe yourself, scan through your body, notice the energy, let it release, then start to create imagery or prayer affirmations towards the way you want to be. Eventually your subconscious mind is going to assimilate those, and it's going to become a part of who you are. It's a bit like when you eat a piece of bread and the body assimilates it into the bloodstream. The same with these divine truths. You must be consistent. You must be consistent. That's why when I coach people, I teach them a lifestyle, not a string of techniques. This is a way of living. This is a way of life that you need to embody. Don't keep going, if I count $100 bills, I'm going to become a millionaire if I count them in my head. No, you're not. You're not if you haven't dealt with the fear. You're not if you haven't dealt with the self-imagery. That's the difference. You must be able to let go of the fear first. Then you can start to use these other tactics. But people don't go to the root cause. They're living in fear. They're living in lack. They're living in no potential. Start to deal with that. That's only an emotional problem. It's nothing to do with your imagery, your affirmations, nothing. It's an emotional problem. That's what I want to tell you. Okay? I'll speak to you soon, guys. All the best. Thank you so much.